Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Special guest today is Lindsey Fearing, the women's basketball coach at New Mexico Highlands. And Lindsey, thanks for coming on.
Of course, of course.
I tell you, great season going for. I mean, we talked all, the last 2 or 3 months, and uh, what a group of young ladies you have.
Oh, they're phenomenal. They just work so hard every day. Great group to be around. I just absolutely adore them. Uh, just chemistry is through the roof right now with this team.
Well, and in a positive chemistry, and I'll say an example is, not to deal. This is how blessed you are. Is that Johnson has a bad game, and then you bring in Long, and then Johnson responds. I went to the practice, and she wasn't, pouting and doing anything. She just did. Then she comes out and has a great game. I mean, that's great coaching, but also shows the basketball IQ of your team.
Yeah, I think it also shows the maturity that we've gained with adding a lot of these recruits that have had experience. Um, you know, I think if anyone has a bad game, someone else is going to step up, or they're going to talk to them and say, "Hey, like next play, next game, let's figure it out."
Well, let's go back to the New Mexico State game, and I got to watch it on TV. And I mean, if I remember right, you turned them over 34 times, and
Yeah.
they turned you over 22 times.
Yep.
Except you probably took some shots on, that probably are not characteristic of what shot selections that you want your team to have.
Yeah. The main focus after that game was, okay, we turn them over. We have to score with those turnovers. We turn them over and then we do nothing with it. I actually tallied up the numbers in the last four games, including New Mexico State. We've turned over teams 120 times in basically a week. So, or 2 weeks. So for them that they want to get after it, they want to get after you. They smell blood. They're coming.
Well, they do, and then they responded. You have your own little round robin, right, tournament. I don't know if it's a tournament anymore, but it's a round robin with Armac going against the Lone Star, and they just came out with a lot of energy and just unselfish play.
I think it's because they love each other. The chemistry is uh, the first week I was shocked to see how it was. They want to win. We have a bunch of winners on this team, and you know, what we added from our returners last year, they had a little bit of success, so then we brought in more to add to that success.
Well, you got a great nucleus, Salazar, and the two sisters, and I don't want to butcher their last names, but then they really, that's a great nucleus right there. And the younger sister, I didn't realize. I've been watching her more and more, and she does so much of the hidden things that
Yeah.
people don't know. Because I play around, think I know some basketball, and I, think who my starters would be, and I play that game, and I talk with the girls on the team and see, they have an idea who it was, and I now I know why you start her and why you play her, man. She's like such kind of, I would say, a catalyst, a little glue to your team.
Yeah, so Sweetie's actually the younger.
Oh, is it the opposite?
Yeah,
Something.
or sorry, Sweetie's actually the older than Sugar. So
Right.
Sweetie is a junior school-wise, but
Uh,
sophomore because she redshirted last year. So she's actually the older one. But yes, no,
Thanks
she's
for clarifying that for me. I've been sitting
yeah,
there
no, it's
about.
okay. It's okay. I tell her all the time she is a dog. And when I say dog, DAWG, she wants to get out there, she wants to get after you, she wants to score, she wants to amp you up. Um, and she's not afraid to say how it is. She's gonna tell you if you're not working hard enough.
and I think you agree, and this is just from my eyes, is she's deceptively very quick. I mean, I mean, and both the sisters, they really, they do things effortlessly. So really, it doesn't really show, people, it's showing them their athleticism and things, and it's, she just seems to be in the right position, the right place at the right time, and she demands performance from the other women on the team.
Yeah, I would definitely say that we're probably the most nonchalant team you can like you look at. I think a lot of times when people come in the gym and they see us, they're like, oh, like, okay. And then we start playing and they're getting after you. That's how I can best describe us.
No, and they expect, if they come off, they expect the person coming in to keep that score, or if you keep that rally going, and they seem to have confidence within. I guess the word's trust. They trust each other very well.
Yeah, no, I think that it has come to how they created that chemistry early on. Without me even doing team bonding or doing anything, they already had that within them. And then it just, yeah, practice. Practice is what creates those opportunities for them, for me, for them to gain my trust, and then vice versa.
Well, and then Salazar, she's, and I've watched her mature from last year to and I think I even talked with you, is like last year she was trying to get everybody's attention, get it, be the person. This year it's just naturally happening. She just seems to be, she fits in. She's got that competitive nature, and it seems like, you got really, you play, you have five people you can go to, and just depending on the mismatch of who the better defender of the other team is, but and maybe even more. Okay, and I don't want to degrade the other players coming off the bench, but
Yeah.
you have 7 or 8 starters. I mean, and you can use them in any situation you want, and then the one that's really coming on from my standpoint is McClure. I mean, I watched her. We sat down and watched her play 3-on-3 earlier in the year, and she was, you know, you could see the talent in her, but she would just seem to be out of, I don't
Yeah.
want to say out of control, but she wasn't, she didn't. She's playing under control. She's listening to what you have to say, and like I said, I even had said that she's become a fan favorite of the people with her athleticism.
Yeah, I think what has helped her gain control is she's so coachable. You can tell her what to do, she will respond to what you have to say. And the thing is, like, she listens too, and she's going to make that change. So from the beginning to now, her strides have been the biggest out of everybody on the team. And, you know, she's just going to keep growing and she's just going to keep getting better.
No, she is. I mean, and the thing about it is she works at it. Okay, it's something because now you have confidence in her shot. I mean, that she's work. I don't know. I could just say that she's been working on her shot every day, and now when she penetrates, she's under control and not off balance. And
Right.
she's just learning little fundamental things that with her talent that are fun. And she's a great passer at the same time. She's learning to see the court as good as anybody on your team.
Yeah, you give her the open court, I'll let her take what she wants. Her quickness is just elite. Her first step, her defense, I think her defense is really, really improved from the beginning of the year to now. Like I could really trust to put her on someone and she's gonna get that stop.
And I want to agree with that because her size, she's learning to use her feet and use her body, and she's not a mismatch. I mean, she makes. I mean, I wouldn't want her guarding me. I mean,
Yeah.
she's right in my face. I mean, and well, usually smaller people they they put them down on the block, and he can defend on the block, which is she uses her feet and uses her quickness, and it just really makes the defense. It makes an offensive player really have to think before they can react.
Yeah, I honestly would say that she was probably our best post defender against New Mexico State. And that was a statement that I had to make to our post. Like, look how small she is. Look how much she really fought. Now you guys need to do that. And, I think they responded after that.
Well, let's go to the Everguard Roofing and top 10 plays of the week and come back and talk more Highlands women's basketball.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Everguard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Give, keep it himself, end zone in his mind, he's in for the Carlsbad touchdown. Marley Munoz.
Yana Gurulay with it. Now sends it down the middle. Here's movement, top of the 18, a long shot, goal! Kick near midfield, played at the top of the 18 and into the 18. This is an opportunity. Shot and scored! A goal for St. Mike's. And I believe that was Mieta. That would be number 61 for her. She was just inside the 18, parked beautifully, maneuvered, and got the shot in.
That has been a set piece I've seen several times. Iliad.
Having it is Barnes. Now it's a through ball on the right side. Free now in the box. A shot and a goal for Albuquerque Academy. Albuquerque Academy on the counter.
Akers taking off, kicks it into space, foot race. Centers it, watch out! Score! The Blue Griffins find a score.
Trying to get him on the hard count. Here's the pressure, has to dump it off on a screen to Castaneda. Explodes free. Castaneda down the sideline. Nobody's gonna catch him. Touchdown, Carlsbad, as they explode on third down again.
And on the left side, tries to center it back. Nobody in blue was there. Ball goes off to Tushy. Shot, good, goal! The equalizer. Aiden Nixon with his second.
Far side. Give and go. Here's a run. They cross it into the net, and it is a goal to win the championship.
on this side of the pond, it's 0-0. Fired over. Uh-oh. Bad header into space. Watch out. Hamill. Graves. It squeaks in. Martinez with the ball. Martinez kicks it back. Watch out. Overpowered. Stolen away. Here comes St. Pius looking for their second. Trying to make the move on the defender. Cuts it in. Oh! Ole fires it. Score! Ethan Wright abuses the defense.
Hey, welcome back, Steve Davis Show.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find the booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
Moving to that next week, we have Fort Lewis.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Christmas Feast Week, right before Christmas break.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and Mexico Youth Athletics.
So, we're going to definitely
IPS
become the road
provides
warriors
residential
again, like we
and
were
commercial
last year.
security services in the
but,
Albuquerque metro area.
We enjoy it. We enjoy being around
For more
each
info,
other. So
please
excited.
call 505
Well, last year,
2420
you made it
or
to the
visit
tournament.
International
I don't think that
Protective
has happened since 2004, and it's you can just see the going to the practices and seeing what you and your coaching staff has done is they believe in themselves. Okay, I mean, and it's from a coach's eye, like it's got to be a joy for you to see this. You just got to make sure that they're ready to play and prepare them and put them in a situation, and they do a really good job of digesting all that, and then they go. I watch their warm. I'm big on that. That I go early to the deal, and I watch the warm ups and watch just the preparation of the player. And this is the first year since I've been up there with the women's team is that it seems like everybody's happy. That's they have everybody knows their role, and that's coaching. And they know what they need to do to get playing time. And the thing about you is, which is I'd love to play for you because if you play well, you're going to play. Okay, yeah. You're going to find a way to play me. Okay, and a lot of coaches, and the players know that. Okay, it's not if you're not ready to play, and that happens. That's human nature. Or the ball's not going in, or whatever it is, but. You have the ability to have players that can come in and play.
Yeah, I think that's a credit to them. They really respond well in practice and what we throw at them to prepare them as much as possible. I throw out a 4-out 1-in, which we do not play, but we play against teams that run that 4-out 1-in. We run a lot of like stagger screens or ball screens. Like we really try to prepare them as much as possible. So when they get in the game, it's nothing new. And, I really try to tell them, like, practice is going to be 10 times harder than what the game feels like. But it needs to be.
No, great point. And I was fortunate to play with, Coach Norm Ellenberger and John Wisnett, and that was their philosophy. I mean, you practice hard and you do the right things, they find playing time for you. And you look at my history of basketball. I wasn't the most talented, I wasn't there, but I got to play minutes, and I was just a good role player, but also felt very, that I was very important and integral to the team and to the winning games.
Yeah. Yeah. I think everybody that steps on my court is important. I think that, all the kids that maybe aren't playing are really helping the ones that are. They're the ones that are making them better every single day. They're the ones that are getting after them and, just making them work harder.
And the point to that is they're working on the bench. I mean, they're not quiet. They're not sitting over there. They're engaged, telling, they're actually they're extension of you as a coach, because you can't see everything. And it's basically what I see is that they're actually watching the player that they're going to go in for and helping them see, the offense of the other team. And that's hard to do.
Yeah. What we call it is bench energy. I'm really big on that. I think it's very important, even with the highs or the lows in basketball, that we still have to stay high. We still have to celebrate the little things. And so my bench is really, really good about, like, we got to stop. We're going to celebrate. We got to score. We're going to celebrate. We got a turnover. It's okay. We're fine. Like, let's find something else. Very, very high energy. I love it.
No, it's fun to watch. It's contagious. And, and what's so great is what I'm looking forward to, and you and I discussed this, is the fans. I mean, once the football team's back, and then the baseball team and the volleyball team and, cross country, I mean, they really get engaged.
Oh man, our home crowd, even just like the community, and then on top of, Highlands community, have been phenomenal since last year. I think, I honestly think a few of these wins are a credit to them, because they really bring up our energy too, and we want to play for them, and we want to play in a high energy, high stakes area. But I also in turn think it helps us play on the road when there's places like that. Like Adams State is known to be exactly how we're turning this place into. Colorado Mesa is known to do that. Like, it's preparing us to be ready for those other big games.
Well, Scott Noble and Dr. Wolf, they've done a great job, of, forcing, not forcing, but, making the athletes, I don't say that they make them, but they engage them. And then they also come to the games too. I mean, Scott Noble's, that's part of his deal, but, Coach Wolf, I call him Coach Wolf, but I mean, Dr. Wolf, I mean, he's there engaged with all the students, and it's just a great, and it's just building and building. I mean, it's not like the kids or the student athletes, they don't want to go, to the games. Now it's like, hey, and there's just a big difference in the attitude of the student body than it has in the past.
Yeah, the support from our admin has been incredible this year. Scott coming in, a little late, has been probably one of the best bosses I've ever had. He's just so supportive, looking to always move the needle. He's been awesome. And then you have Neil, who came in, and he's the same type of guy. He wants to move the needle. He wants athletics to be really good. And I think that carries from top bottom. Like, when your top people are showing that support, it just feeds into people lower than them. And I think it's also a credit to the coaches, though, too. The coaches want their kids to be there to support other sports, and then in turn, if you show up to their games, their kids are going to show up to the games.
No, it's like I said, the words contain. I mean, it just in the energy in the building. I mean, I'm just telling you, that baseball team, when they made Scott Gleddy feel good. I don't know if you heard that. I mean, they were yelling at the for Scott Gleddy, and it was just the emotion. It was just, I don't know, that that there's a better home court with that. I mean, I haven't been to all the deal, but I don't know if there's a better home court. I know that Fort Lewis has a good home court, but they're not as animated as and involved on each play.
I really think that home court advantage is huge here. And it hadn't been like that probably till we started winning last year, because I've been here for 4 years, and since last year, it is completely flipped. Like how you feel it in the gym. You feel how much people are supporting you.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take another break, and we're going to come back and talk more about New Mexico women's basketball, Highlands basketball.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Stuff like that. So. Hey, welcome back to Steve Davis Show. We've got Lindsey Fearing here, the New Mexico Highlands women's basketball coach, and I tell you, impressive. I mean, I think that, what's impressive to me is you made these expectations, and we talked about it over the summer. We had lunch together. I gone to a few practices. You came to Albuquerque, and we talked about, what you thought. I mean, so far they've lived up to what, the pressure or the expectations that you have put up to them, and they've done it with chemistry. I mean, the chemistry, I don't know that I've seen it, the chemistry, it's contagious, with me. I mean, like, I know every player. I know that's, like, I know they're goods, and I've watched them all, and that's really a great job for you.
Thank you. I think it's just a credit to the New Mexico kids. I think that they work their butts off. They're used to the type of, offense and defense that I'm running here. And, they know each other. I think when you know each other a little bit, moving on to the next level, just going to make you that much better.
Well, and the great thing, we're going to come to an end, Lindsey. I just wanted to, hey, good luck this weekend. Can't wait to see you when you play at home, and I'll be watching the deal. I'll probably be calling you when you're on the road just to see how things are going. Good. So, all right. Hey, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.